Say hello if you're in. If you're cooking along, speak up quickly. We're going to go quite a pace. You can always watch it back and ask questions as we go. Haven't got my tea towel. Cracking start. And anyway, how is everybody? Giles, how you doing, pal? Don't worry, the lasagna's coming. Imogen, I hope you got your shopping sorted. I know you're cooking along. We'll go at a reasonable pace. I have to basically, the chips take the longest, so we're going to start with those. Paul Foskett, my good man, how are you, chap? Congratulations on your new arrival, evening mother, Paxo. Paul, massive love to you, Claire and the kids. Jessie, and I don't know the new one's name, but massive congratulations. I do miss everyone back in Rickmansworth, Croxley and all that jazz. So yeah, please pass on my love and best wishes to your lovely lad and children. Right, Lloydo, how you doing, mate? Kathy, Imogen, wicked cool. Tally, here's a blast from the past. Not cooking tonight, mum, just saying hi. Okay, that's fine. Right, healthy fish and chips. Now, I said in my Instagram story today, I know, evening Nita, evening Dad, Fletch, how you doing? I said in my story on Instagram and Facebook today, there is no replacement for good fish and chips. None. None. Cheltenham is got some decent chippies. It's got Simpsons over by Presbury, and it's got Mr. Fish on the Bath Road. But we're not even a coastal town. They're still better than home cooked fish and chips, okay? I'm not trying to diss it. I love fish and chips, but they do come with a 1,500 calorie woomph. You just smash out half your calories or a whole day's calories, depending on your frame, in one hit. So I'm going to break it down. Moving on, the website is nearly there, guys, please be patient. This is the last Friday night fakeaway. However, it's not going to be the last time you'll see me, you lucky devils, because I'm going to switch it from Friday night fakeaway to back to school and family meals, okay? Prep meals, batch cooking, so you've got something for little Jack and Jill and your husband or wife when they come back from work. So we're going to get into batch cooking. Let's talk about lasagnas and portioning them up, shepherd's pie, all the stuff you want to cook at home. Excuse me while I blow myself. Just so you know, I'm boiling some spuds here to get ahead of the game. Otherwise, you'll be waiting forever and this will last a full hour. Okay, are we preheating the oven? Yep, I did say in my story, if you could get up to 200 degrees, that'd be fantastic. But we've got, yeah, by the time all the water's boiling and stuff, you should be fine. Boil your kettle, fill up your kettle, stick that on, put up your oven to 200 degrees, and let's get cracking. Paxo, we're good, mate. I'm a little bit under the weather today, but I'm having an early night. That was sorted out. Evening, Spud. Heckle away. Evening, Cuz. Everyone happy? This is my therapy watching you. What? With a glass of wine, hopefully, and just enjoying it, or a bit of banter. A bit of banter, innit? Bant. Right, first things first. Those are... Hi, wife. Those that are cooking along, you need to get your potatoes done and in as soon as possible. So we take the humble potato and we take the round edges off. And what I mean by that is, if it's got a curve, slice it so you've got that and it's flat. So you're taking off, you're basically just scalping the curved edges. And then you want to work around, down, okay? Now, before you start, you can make wedges. You can make skinny fries. I'm doing chunky chips, okay? Then take the ends off, top and tail of the potato. So you've got, in fact, what's that, a rectangle, a cuboid? Mum, you're an ex-teacher, okay? All flat, bit of skin's not gonna hurt anyone. Most potatoes are clean as anything nowadays, so. And then once down the middle, and then you want them about the same size as a finger, don't you? So I'm gonna go 3 times. So we're gonna get 6 chips from this potato. And look, there we are, chunky chips. No time, no money either. Getting them out of the freezer is all very well, but I prefer you to just make them at home. Give them a little rinse, just basically a rinse by the sink, just to take the starch off, okay? That will help your cause. And then pop them into a pan of boiling water for about 5 minutes. Everyone happy? I'll put the timer on. 5 minutes. Woohoo. Wicked. Don't bother salting it, they'll get plenty of salt and pepper later on. We're just going to parboil those, take them out and dry them. Are we up to speed? Late again, but all chipped up, seasoned, floured and ready to go. My good, wow, goodness. First took along. Hi Karen. Okay, we'll go at a reasonable pace. First things first, you've got to chop up your potatoes. I did say in my story, 2 things you could have done before 6 o'clock were prep your potatoes and turn your oven on. If you didn't catch it, no worries. I don't expect everyone to be glued to social media like I am. I just, we'll just muscle up and go. We've had builds in, it's all very exciting. Right. Hey Keris, hope that's pronounced correctly. Thanks to everyone that's tuning in. So, to recap, and I will do this, Mum, so if you don't want me to recap and waffle on, bugger off. So we're going to parboil our potatoes. We cut them into any shape you like, wedges, skinny fries, sweet potato you can use. I've done chunky chips about the same size as my thumb or finger. They're going to cook off, okay? Once they're done, we're going to drain them and get them as dry as we possibly can. Now, if you're doing this in the future, you can do these a couple of days in advance. In fact, they're even better chilled. Okay, so what you should do, and we're not going to be able to do it tonight, is parboil them, drain them off, pat them dry, and then let them air out and just get them as cold and chilled as possible. Put them into a Tupperware and they're ready to go a day or 2 in advance, okay? Everything in a kitchen, a professional kitchen, is generally time and preparation. The consistency comes later once you've taught the basics. Evening Dolan, hope you're well, mate, and Mr. Shet. So just to run through it while the chips parboil, we are going to parboil those, drain them, dry them off, as dry as possible. Same with the fish, and we'll get to that in a second. Dry them off, rub them, cover them in a mixture of flour, baking powder, corn flour, and salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, cayenne if you want a bit of kick. Coat them in that. Get the tray in the oven to get hot, and then we're going to put the chips in the oven, and they take about 30 minutes. You've got to basically cook them for about 20 minutes, turn them, and then turn them again. Right, Mr. Orm, nice, hope you're well, mate. So, next thing we're going to do is tartar sauce, okay? So I'm just going to grab a sweet little bowl over here. Yes, I know I should have had all this set out, but I didn't. And my scales, because I was playing with my son, he's making little fur mice, and yeah, it's been a busy day. So take your mayonnaise, any will do. And I think I said in the recipe 100 grams. I'm going to open a window, it's getting hot. About 100 grams, okay? So scales on. Girls, if you're cooking along, or men as well, just carry on with your potatoes, and we can recap on this. I will talk you through it, okay? Get them potatoes sized and in the pan to parboil for 5 minutes. Capiche? Good. Right, mayo in. And there are many different, well, there aren't many different ways. This is just a nice, quick and easy tartar sauce. To that, we're going to add a tablespoon of capers and some gherkin. Now, oh Jesus, tablespoon of each. These are called cornichons. In England, they call them cocktail gherkins. In France, le cornichon. Tiny little gherkins. I love them. Go really well with a cheese board or charcuterie. And we're going to chop them up as small as you can possibly make them. And the same for the capers. So, paying attention? Good. Lengthways. And this is quite the trickier part. So you've got nice wafer thin, Mr. Creosote. Lengthways. And then again. And then finally into small, lovely little bits of gherkin, okay? And in she goes, no messing. Don't worry if there's some bits that get away from you and they're chunkier, or there's long bits. It's your tartar sauce. You're not feeding the 5,000 Michelin star tartar sauce. It's yours. Have it as chunky as you like. Now, I like parsley in mine. You can also use chive and of course dill, but I've gone with parsley, so shoot me. Okay, so let's just go through the cornichons. If this was a stock video and not a live, I would have fast forwarded this bit. So feel free to ask any questions, specifically about the website, obviously. And it won't be as boring as watching me chop up some stuff. I am getting really warm now, so the lengths I go to make sure you guys know how to cook, which you all probably do already. You keep freezing. Don't know what goes into tartar sauce. Right, sorry, 2 secs. I don't know why I keep freezing. Let me see if I can drop it out of Wi-Fi because of the weather and use. Right, how's that? Is that better? Anyone? Feedback is needed. Tartar sauce is capers, gherkins, salt, pepper, Dijon mustard if you want, a shallot, and some lemon juice. Is that better? Am I still freezing, or have I disappeared completely? I'm talking to myself. Bit of feedback, please. Anyone that's watching, mum, cousin, anyone? Dumps, evening, mate. God, I love these things. They're so lush. Also, very low in calories, so good for snacks. And obviously, you can use light mayonnaise if you're watching your figure. Just going to drain off our chips. All good, thanks, Shep. Right, so we've parboiled our potatoes. They're soft to touch. I'm just going to go to the sink and drain these off, okay? The sooner we get the chips in the oven, the better. Wow, that's warm. Okay, let them drain a bit while we do our tartar sauce. Now guys, if you're cooking along and you can't keep up, shout. I know it's hard to cook and type, but if you've got a minion there or of any sort, just get them to type as you're doing it. If you haven't, I apologise, you can always watch it back. Don't mind if it's me or the weather, but I don't think I'm going to be able to cook along tonight. Oh, Samantha, that is a shame. Is it better now? No worries, just watch it back. I'll wrap this up within an hour. And yeah, I know guys, you've got to put up with me for that long. But essentially, it'll all be on, and I say this again, it'll all be on the website for you guys to click on and follow up. But yeah, watch it back. Sorry you can't keep up. I don't know if it's the weather here or there. Everyone else can chip in and say if I'm doing all right or it's your end. That'd be great. Okay, so after the gherkins or cornichon, some capers. Again, just about a tablespoon of capers, tablespoon of cornichon or gherkin, and we're just going to roughly chop them through to your skill set. Again, the only people eating this should be you and your family, so if they kick off, tell them they can cook next week. In they go. Salt and pepper. I like putting a bit of Dijon in mine. You don't have to. A gentleman reminded me of the shallot. Just a half a teaspoon. Lovely. And a shallot. This is a banana shallot or an echelon shallot. We're going to need about half of that. Again, you want to try and chop it as finely as you can. Okay. So, right, everyone that's cooking along. Oh, you're here, fine hearing again. Thank you, Trisha. Sam, I'm sorry that you had a poor feed. Everyone that's cooking along that can hear me, see me, and all the rest of it, just wave, say hello, and let me know what stage you're at. Whether I can, if I need to slow down, I will. So while the chips are draining, we're going to pop this tray into the oven. Like I said, about 200 degrees. Just for 5 minutes. Chips drain, dry out. And we get a nice hot oven tray of oil. Again, with the shallot, as finely as you possibly can. Knife skills, you can teach them, but to perfect them, it's practice. There's not a chef on the planet that hasn't spent good 5, 10, 15, 20 years going through the same thing over and over again. The menus can change, the establishments can change, the management can change, but the dishes will always be the same, and so will the ingredients to a certain extent. So you want to practice your knife skills as much as possible and enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then you're not in the right place, are you? And you want them as fine as possible, okay? I've used shallot because it's slightly sweeter. If you use a regular onion, you will get a more bitter kind of flavour to your tartar sauce, or any dish for that matter. So yeah, big onions are for like big stews, red onions are for salads, and shallots are for nice fine sauces. Now we're going to give that a little stir. It should start to smell quite nice. And then I'm going to add a bit of parsley, and that's our tartar sauce. Oh no, and lemon juice, and that's our tartar sauce sorted. Hello Zeus, how you doing, brother? Chips are parboiling and I'm chopping gherkins. Go on, Imogen, make sure you set a timer, otherwise you'll have mashed potato. Okay, so a bit of lemon, just squeeze that in. Again, cupping your lemon like that so no pips get into your sauce. Half a lemon, just squeeze that lemon juice into your tartar sauce. We're going to add some nice fresh parsley. I go with flat leaf, but you can do what you like. You're your own boss, I'd like to think. Okay, that's quite a bit of lemon juice actually. Maybe a quarter of a lemon. I might have done an OTT there. That's right, I'll admit when I'm wrong. Bit of parsley. I haven't got any left in the garden sadly, so I've had to go to the shops. Criminal. And just get a nice half a handful of the green stuff and spend some time chopping that. Everyone happy still? So guys, this is interaction. You can ask me questions like about the website. What am I doing this weekend? Who do you think will win the Premiership Rugby? Where's the best place to go eating in Gloucestershire? I don't know. Where have I been travelling to cook? Get off, fire away. Get involved. Don't be boring. It's Friday night. Rip open a tin of piss. Open a beer. Pour yourself a glass of wine. Let's have a chat. No? Okay. I imagine I'm on a delay. Okay, so we're going to stir that parsley in. Like I said, you can use chives or a bit of dill, or have all three if you like. And as always, we taste. It's going to be quite lemony, but there's quite a lot of in there. And that's your tartar sauce. A bit more salt and pepper. Right, tartar sauce done, off to one side. Now for the chips. You need to take a dry bowl and add some flour. Don't bother weighing it out, just get fully involved. It's about 200 grams for what we're going to do, because we're going to use the same mixture on the fish. So, flour, salt and pepper. I've got some paprika here. That can go in. Love paprika. It'll give the batter, the fish a nice colour as well. Corn flour, just to make it crispy. Not too much, just a couple of teaspoons, and some baking powder for the exact same reason. Okay, I'm going to try and make it nice and fluffy. Okay, I know this sounds a bit weird at the moment. Trust me on this. This is a home cooked. You want crispy chips, don't you? So half a teaspoon of each. Sorry, half teaspoon of that, 2 teaspoons of the what's it called? I've lost it. Corn flour, that's it. And give that a little whisk so it's all mixed together nicely. Okay. Now, how are we doing? Edwina, hello darling. What's the best knife sharpener? A whetstone. Drag through ones. No, don't use one of those. That'll ruin your knife quicker than you can save ruining a knife. Yeah, they're terrible. I hate them. Steel is your next best, and then a whetstone and some patience. Okay, so I've got a tray here, as you can see. Oh, it's a bit dirty actually. 2 seconds. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our chippies and we're going to put them in there. They're drained off. They're nice and dry, but that's not good enough for us. Okay, we want them super dry. Julian Dunkerton, do not sue me for the super dry preference. My friend is making super dry knockoff stuff. He's going to call it better wet. Can't argue with that, can you, cheeky chappy? Right, so get some kitchen roll. I've run out, so I'm just using this. Taking the missus to 7 and Y Smokery. Ooh, for a meal, any good? I've never been. Never been, mate. Imagine, is that just flour, baking powder in there, plus paprika? Yeah, salt and pepper, baking powder, corn flour. Basically, the corn flour sucks all the moisture out and get crispiness, and the baking powder to make it nice and fluffy. Okay, so we're on a tray. We want as minimal. Sorry, put my teeth back in. Minimal wetness. They've got to be dry. Like I said, you can do these in advance and cool them, and then just sprinkle them with the flour. Okay, roll them in that flour nice and delicately. If you've over parboiled them, so to speak, they will break. So get yourself some washed clean hands and a fish slice, and just turn them over and get them covered in that flour. Okay, nice light dusting. Shake them off. Hopefully they won't break. Again, if they break, they break. It's your kitchen, it's your food. It's not for bloody Jay Rayner to review, is it? Just chill out and have some fun. So lightly dust those. When you're happy with them, and they haven't all broken up, I think I've got a couple MIA. When you're happy with them, take your hot tray out the oven with caution. Kids, if you're watching with mum and dad, stand back. The fat will be hot, okay? Stand by. And then once they're in the oven, all we've got to do is the fish and we're golden, okay? Turn that on. Okay, so we've got hot fat on a tray. I know it doesn't seem like a sensible thing to do in the world, but we want the chips to be good. Okay, turn you down. So, hot tray, very hot tray, please, high tangent, please handle with care, all right? So, pop your chips onto the tray, and we're going to roll them, yeah? We're going to get them covered in that fat or hot fat with our spatula, no fingers, don't be a hero. Just get them covered in that hot fat. You can see them already starting to bubble up. Be very careful the fat doesn't splash you. Go at your own pace. I'm doing this because obviously we want to get to the fishy bit. You can sit back. When these go in the oven, you can sit back, relax a bit and ask the questions, okay? We just need to get these chips done ASAP. Now, when I do the edits for the website, did I mention the website? Website. Coming soon. Obviously, this will all be edited and very easy to follow, not live, and for want of a better word, annoying. So, just give them a nice little roll, like you would do with your roast potatoes. Just flip them over, get all that fat covered. You don't want to see any flour, you just want to see glistening potato, yeah? Whoa, and yeah, flick it away from you, not towards you like an absolute moron. Good stuff, just a quick flip over, 180 it. You want a lovely coating. If you've got the minerals and a little bit of savvy, kitchen savvy, you can then pick up the tray. I'm just quicker for me to do it by hand. You can then pick up the tray with a oven cloth and just tilt it so the oil gets everywhere, yeah? Everyone up to speed? Is everyone okay? Josh, how are you doing, Wilco? Mr. Hield, have you thought about doing a website? Yes, I have. It's in the making. It just takes a little longer than I thought it would because I'm very, very busy with making money to pay the mortgage. So, it'll come. So, our chips are covered in fat, or oil, and flour, and back into the oven. And we're going to stick them in there and check them in about 15 minutes. 200 degrees, like I said. 15 minutes. Actually, my oven's a bit turbo nutter, so I'm going to put it in 12 minutes. I've got a Superman kiss curl, look. Right, and relax. People that are cooking along, how are you getting on? I'm just going to have a little quick potter, and then we'll do the fish. Woo! That was intense. It is warm in the kitchen, Cooper kitchen. Ooh, maybe I should be calling this Coop's Kitchen this evening. Right. Talk to me, guys. Everyone who isn't cooking along, a website would be a good idea. Thanks, yeah. And now I get to pitch the website. Let's talk, have a tidy up, wait for the people that are cooking at home to say, I'm okay, or help, panic. Just take your time, relax. It's your kitchen, no one else's, you're in control, and you don't have to go at my speed, but I do have to make it at least decent viewing. And if you want to go at your speed, here comes the pitch. If you want to go at your speed, I will be doing one-on-one lessons from the website. You can book and pay online, and we do it via FaceTime. I've done it to the States, to two lovely ladies. One was called Isabel, Izzy, and the other one was Amanda. Amanda had a husband who was a hunter, and she had a freezer full of venison, so we did a lovely Easter venison roast dinner, kind of like a traditional English roast dinner as you would get. We did a gin and juniper sauce, and I taught her everything from the British roast potatoes, slow down, and roasted carrots, to gravy, to the sauce, to how to seal the venison and cook it, through the power of FaceTime to the States with a little bit of a time difference. So I was cooking at a silly time for us, but she really enjoyed it. Okay, we'll move on. So the website, let's go with this, is going to have like an iTunes feel eventually. Now it's a work in progress and I am not a technical person. It is going to be like an iTunes library. There'll be different subject headings. There'll be fakeaways, family cooking, protein meals, prep meals. What else have we got? The foundation of food, where to source your food, where to buy it, what to look for in a decent cut of meat. There'll be lots of subheadings. Then you're going to click on that and then there'll be some pre-recorded videos of yours truly going through the dishes, but it'll be edited. It won't be long and waffly, mum. Not only me doing a lot of this. It'll be quite concise, shrunk down, some time lapses, everything I can do my end in the editing world, which will be pretty ham-fisted. But you click on that and it's like iTunes, it'll be like $1.99, 99p, click on the video and you'll have me teaching you how to poach an egg or whatever it is. Like the sound of that? Hit like and put thumbs up in the comments. Good girls and boys. Chips in, well done Sam. Oh, you're still with us, amazing. First time watching, you cook. Thanks Trish. It's very kind of you. Right, hit the like. It can't just be my cousin's face popping up there hitting like and love. Guys, hit like and love. And when the website's open, I'm going to run a cheeky little competition as well. One of the things is you can book one lesson, FaceTime, block of 4 lessons, so you can build to a bigger thing, especially for Christmas. Last year, I thought I was the dog's danglies, and I just went. I went and did some lessons for getting you a perfect Christmas dinner. No one followed it. So I'm gonna ramp that up for Christmas. So over 4 weeks of December, there'll be a big group of us, and each week we'll learn a part of the roast dinner. So when it comes to Christmas Day, you ain't doing nothing. You're turning that oven on, putting in your meat, all veg roast, whatever you guys want, and everything's done. I'll teach you how to have a stress-free Christmas lunch, no dramas. I promise you that. That is a guaranteed promise. So that's like when a booking of 4 lessons back to back really comes in. And then you can have me for the day. Now, what that's going to be in my head is I rock up to wherever you are. We go knife shopping or anything you need, teach you a few bits in person. We have a nice brunch or lunch, decide what you'd like to cook. We cook together in the afternoon for your family or whatever you want to learn. And then I just foxtrot Oscar. Okay, that's the ones that you get from me. And I said the rest of it will be like iTunes. So hit like if you like the sound of that. Evening Bon, hope you're well, mate. Sharon, thank you for the thumbs up. Are you the only one that anyone with emojis? Bastards. Right. Here we go. This is my fish. Look, can you see it? Good. It needs to be patted dry. Again, I've used a tea towel, and we do that sometimes in the restaurant industry, or J-cloths. That's going straight in the wash because it smells of fish, but a dog will love that. You need to pat dry. I've got 2 lovely bits of cod here. Yes, I said 4 pieces, but I'm only cooking for me and the missus, so jog on. There's no longer a fishmongers per se in Cheltenham, so I went to a supermarket and went to the counter and got him to cut it for me and debone it. Okay, so I've got 2 lovely bits of cod. I like the skin on, I like it when the skin's crispy. And we've got our flour. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our fish in the flour, okay? Now, chips are in, as your tartar sauce doing, guys. Chips in, tartar made and tidy. Imogen, well done. My new knives are excellent. Well done, Sam. What did you go for in the end? I always have stress-free Christmas lunch. My hubby cooks it. Well, something you and my wife have in common? Pouring wine. Fantastic. This is all great feedback, guys, and I need you to type because I don't know what's going on, how everyone's feeling on this lovely Friday, unless you do that, because it's not a 2-way conversation just yet. Like I said, the lessons will be when the website gets here, and you can buy this is free today, but by the time the website's done and I've done all the video, you're going to have to fork out a couple of quid for an edited, much slicker version that you can pause. Probably mute if you get so tired of my voice. Okay, so we have got 2 of the fillets of cod, and again, what was in there was plain flour, salt, pepper, paprika. I've gone with. You can use cayenne, you can use garlic. Oh, should we do some garlic powder? Yeah, why not? Whatever you like. Just a little pinch of the things you want to season your fish with. Some corn flour and some baking powder. Now the corn flour. Secret little trick is for, especially when it comes to Chinese cooking, such all the moisture makes it crispy. Your crispy beef, And the crispy pork from the Chinese has been marinated or rubbed in corn flour, I guarantee it. Okay, and we're going to do the same with the fish. Because we're not dropping it in a deep fat fryer, we're going to need something to make it crispy, right? We can't have some kind of horrible, I don't know, soft batter. We're not battering it, it's just flour. Okay, hey Kate, how you doing, mate? Can you do a section for specialist diets? Yes, actually, Kate, way ahead of you, because I thought, had you in mind, we've got a section which is called the alternatives for vegans, celiacs, anyone with genuine allergen, not a fussy eater. Well, they could dip in there too, and it will be a lot more veg-based, plant-based protein, how to cook without flour, or well, gluten-free flour, but so it doesn't taste like a brick. Yes, there's going to be so much. Like I said, it's going to be a work in progress, but I'm super excited. I haven't been this excited about something since my wedding day. And the birth of my son, obviously. But it's just something that I really want to do for me and for you guys, everyone out there, to learn. Right, grab an egg and beat the living piss out of it. 2 seconds, like I said, I obviously prepared so well for today. If I'm completely honest, I've been running around like a headless chicken. Crack an egg into a bowl, as shallow bowl as possible, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the floured cod in there and then back into the flour, okay? Hope everyone's happy with that. Hey, you know what? I don't care. I know what I'm doing. You're here. I love it. Thank you for tuning in. Right, so let's whisk that egg up. Hey, yeah, no worries, Kate. It's going to be a big thing. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew. And for a guy who talks this much, you can imagine I can eat a lot as well. But it will get better and better. And then there'll be interaction. So if you guys go, oh, do you know a really good way of doing bangers and mash, but with a cool mash, so it's not boring all the time. Yeah, loads of stuff like that. Okay. Let's have a little check on our chippies. Oh, what? Just... Hi there. They're cooking along nicely. They've been on for about 9 minutes. 3 minutes till the buzzer goes off, and then we'll go. Now, there is nothing more to do until the chips are ready. Your tartar sauce is there, but maybe some peas. So do excuse me while I show you how to cook peas on the fly. Most posh restaurants don't have a microwave, and that's probably a good thing, but sometimes, just sometimes, when you get caught short, you may need a little bit of help. So, take your peas, sorry about the noise. Take a cup, you know, any old cup lying around. Yeah? Jolly good. Fill the cup 2/3 to 3/4 with said peas, cover in water, cling film, bang them in the microwave for a minute. Give them a shake, and then put them in for another minute. And your peas are done. None of this boiling a pan of water on the stove if you don't want to. And what you're going to do is that you've got to wait for it to get heat up, then you've got to wash up the pan. In with the peas. Put the fish on top of that bowl. Whoa! In with the peas. They're going to go everywhere now, you watch. Like I said, 3/4 to 2/3 full, depending on how many you want. And if you don't want them in a cup, put them in a bowl. Everything that go in the dishwasher and save you washing up. Water, cling film, microwave. Jobs are good. Is everyone still with me? Is everyone having fun? Has everyone got a beer or a glass of wine? Have I bored everyone to tears yet? Hello everybody. If you're just joining us, we're doing fish and chips. A healthier version from home. I didn't want to use a fryer because not many kitchens in the UK have fryers. I don't think. They stink the place out, and you don't want to do it with a big pan of fat boiling away, because what will happen? A dog or a kid will get hurt. So we are going nice and healthy and nice and safe. Fish and chips in the oven, and we're going to pan sear the cod. Okay, there's your peas. Put it in for a minute, give it a shake, put it in for another minute. Happy? Good. That'll give us enough time for that oven to go off in about 30 seconds, and we can look at our chippies. Don't know why I'm saying chippies. Sounds really weird. But hey ho. But also, if you've got the time and the inclination, I'll show you how to make a lovely, oh no! I'm missing something. I'll go on the hump for that in a second. Nice big slurp of wine, well done, loving a chat. You'll waffle on as much as me. Evening, Mike. Cold water. It doesn't matter, Mum. How do we make mushy pea fritters? I Google it. Crumbs. I've never made a mushy pea fritter. There's the 30 seconds up. Saved by the bell. Right, stand back, obviously. Don't put yourself in any danger. Oh, that is hot. Okay. Fish out the way. Okay, so you can see our chips starting to crisp up. Basically, they're just long roast potatoes, aren't they? But with a bit more fat, so they actually do crisp up. Turn them over, get them rotated in all that glistening fat. I know it's maybe a healthier fashion, but deep frying them, oh, you can't do it at home, right? And you can't have oven baked chips. Even the ones from the bloody supermarket that are frozen are just rubbish. Oh, actually, if you want to look at how to do chips, which one was it? Was it KFC? There's a video on my YouTube channel, which is where everything is. Get it while it's free. Subscribe to that bad lad. A video where I show you how to, a nice little trick with chips to make them, they're oven chips, but to make them so they don't dry out and go all burnt ends at one end and cold and frozen at the other. So yeah, have a little cheeky look on my YouTube channel and subscribe, please. That'll be great. Right, turn those chips. And we'll season at the end, all right? We've already got some seasoning in the flour. We'll just salt, pepper, vinegar when they're done. I think another 10 minutes and we're out of it. Oh my God, that's record time for me. Okay, we'll have another look. Now, fish. Are we ready for this? You need a pan of some sort with some oil in it. This is left over. I'm eating it, doesn't matter, it doesn't be that. That's left over from some eggs that I did this morning for bacon and egg butter for me and the missus. I don't like wasting food, and that includes the oil, so get over it. We're going to put that on the heat in a second. Evening, Graham, hope you're well. How's Scotland? We're going to then put some more flour on this, because obviously look, it's the fish, I went a bit hasty with that. The fish has swallowed up all that flour. We need it nice and dry, we can't have much moisture, okay? So a bit more flour on there, and then into the egg, shake it off, and then put it on the pan. If that all makes sense, those that are cooking along, if it didn't, I will repeat it. Okay. There we go. Egg. Yeah, just rub the flour because there will be lumps of it. You want it to stick. Watch, just let it drip off, all the egg drip off, and then back into the flour mix, okay? Now, we don't want, beautiful, we don't want any gaps, because otherwise the flour acts as a barrier. It is a form of batter, if you will. Shake off the excess, pop it on a plate. Again, fish into the egg, the floured fish into the egg. Just give it a little rub, because the flour will go into like globular balls or patches. You won't eat, you'll just bite into it and there'll be a nice puff of flour in your face. Well, on your mouth, on your tongue. And then in the egg, and then back into that flour mix that we made. Clear the decks as you go along. Makes jobs a lot easier. Less accidents happen when you've got clear surfaces. Quick wash of the old hands. And we'll get this fish, just roll it around. If you get squeamish about doing this with your hands, pat it in, get all that flour into every crevice, nice and dry. Use some tongs or just toss the bowl around. Okay. One more on this because I didn't really pass it into the crevices. We are ready to go. Okay, fish done. Ready to go into the pan and then into the oven, or you can do it all in the pan. Now this is completely up to you, and it comes with experience or technical know-how, what your skill set is like in the kitchen. What I would do, get some heat in the pan. Now this is a wok burner in the middle of my range, so it kicks out quite a bit. If you're not that confident, go with a smaller burner. Do you have a curry vid on your YouTube? I cannot. No, but I will now. Thai green, regular Indian, Sri Lankan. You give me a shout of what your favourite is and we'll get it done. Clean hand, flour hand. You taught me that. Yes. Pane. to flour and breadcrumb, flour, egg, breadcrumb, when you're doing schnitzels or anything like that, you have 2 hands, but 3 pods. So what you do is, with me now, you have a dry hand and you have a wet hand. And I've done veal schnitzels in Melbourne, hundreds of the buggers, hammering them flat and paneing with my morning. Straight after being the breakfast chef and being pushed around by the big chefs, I panay schnitzels all day basically. As breakfast chef, then I was a schnitzel panayer. And it's 1 hand dry, 1 hand wet. Flour is dry, dust the veal schnitzel in the flour. Egg is wet, roll it in the egg. Breadcrumbs are dry, back to this hand, and repeat. Okay, I've got a nice bubbly amount of oil now. Beef red curry, like a massa man. Nice slow cook, yeah, you like that? Can this be done with chicken? Of course it can, yeah, absolutely. I'd butterfly it first so it's nice and thin, otherwise it will take forever and dry out. Oh, I was ahead of you there, getting on the pan. Good, good, well done. You've subscribed, good, let me know what you think. It's basically this, just uploaded. No airs, no bells and whistles, just me doing this. I haven't got no tech. Okay, skin side down, laying the fish away from you. Damn it, had to go and show up, didn't it? Again, little gap between the two so the oil can do its thing, and back on the heat. Sorry, that was a little bit of old, that will teach me to use old oil. That was a little bit of egg that just cooked and popped as I was putting that first bit of fish in. I'm fine, Mum, don't worry. Okay, the fish is on, full whack. We're gonna crisp it up on one side now. This is the bit about the fish. You can either cook it in the pan, about 5 or 6 minutes each side, or you can seal it, which is cooking it at quite high heat, to colour it, both sides, for 2 or 3 minutes, and then bang it in the oven for the final 6 minutes. Okay, so go through it again. If you've got a high heat like I've got, and you want to seal it, 2 or 3 minutes either side. Go gentle, don't be scared, don't move it, just let it cook. You want that crispiness. If you start moving it or checking it with your spatula, it won't crisp up. Watch this now, it better crisp up, otherwise I'm a deep doo-doo. And if you want to put, you can do it all in the pan, or you can just do it in the oven. It's completely up to you, man. Everyone happy? He did fake away KFC. Was that the one with the chips? That was that was the very first fake away, was KFC. Because everyone was in lockdown, jonesing for KFC, and there were queues out the door of KFC and drive-through. I'm just going to turn that down now. You can hear it getting a bit hissy. And just to show you guys, that's what you're looking for. You can see the edges are cooking. Don't touch it for 2-3 minutes at least. You want that skin and that flour to crisp up, that corn flour to do its job, and try and dry out the skin so it's lovely and crunchy. Meanwhile, I've got to find the skillet, and I don't know where it is. So, stand by everybody. It's been moved. I just wanted to show you a nice little chefy trick to make something look nice. So, yeah, talk amongst yourselves. 2 secs. Oh, meanwhile, peas are done for a minute, so now they're defrosted. In for another minute, so it cooks. We are nearly there, guys. Thank you for sticking with me if you've come all the way through. Searing the fish, well done. Chicken tikka masala. That might be a bit adventurous. Well, if it's on a lovely video for you, either on YouTube or the website, you just have to click and I'll add to them. I'll do multiple. It's going to be a long, busy run up to Christmas for me. Turn that down again. You can hear it fizzing. Again, I don't want to move those yet. You don't want to move those. You've just got to have trust in the process. You know that it's cooking. If you're deep frying fish, it takes about 7 or 8 minutes anyway, okay? But it's surrounded by oil. We've got to turn it over. That'll be the tricky part, and then we can plate up. I really want to find this skillet. Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties. Your host is a bit of a tool. There it is. Okay, so, skillet or steak pan, or griddle, whatever you want to call it. You've got the ribs, yeah, you've got the slice. That's going to go on, and we're going to cut this lemon in half and seal it on a red hot skillet so it looks pretty like in the restaurants, okay? Now, top tip with that said lemon. See this lemon? See my board? See this lemon? See my board? See the knife? You need to flatten the edges, so top and tail your lemon. That means it can sit on the plate without rolling around, because flat edges, boards are flat, plates are flat, sides are flat. veggies around. It is what it is. Top and tail it and then cut. You want to leave about 5 mil at one end and the other, okay? You want to go through that on the slant. You've seen this in every boozer restaurant you've been into. So you've got 2, that'll to lay flat, piece of lemon. Then you heat this up like a mofo, like volcano hot, and then you just drop the lemon on and you get those lovely scorch marks. And it looks pretty. Right, time to turn off fish. Beautiful. I'm going to get some tongs actually, because that is a little bit spicy. Stand by. I would do it over there, but I'm not backing myself, am I? Oh, we can go a little bit longer, I think. 30 more seconds. Okay, so it was, like I said, 2 to 3 minutes one side, flip it over, then we're going to put it in the oven to finish it off. Imogen. Ooh, people queuing up for fast food. What's that all about? I know, bro. Proportion of flour to corn flour, whatever you like. About, I don't know, 100 grams of flour, 2 tablespoons of corn flour, 2 teaspoons of corn flour, and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Or bicarb soda. I've never known what the difference is between those two. All I know is that the baking powder stroke bicarb soda goes into self-raising fat and make it self-raising as a raisin agent, okay? Right. Mum, I know I should slow down, but I don't want to ruin my dinner. Okay. Now, look at that lovely, golden, floury fish. That's cooked all the way through nearly. Well, not all the way through. That's nearly cooked. I want to do one in the pan. I don't think I need any need. Slow down, will do. To put it in the oven. Okay. If you haven't got one of these, don't worry. It's not the garlic plate. It's a probe. Hanky chips. It's a probe. About 10 quid. Nisbets, Amazon, and I can see how hot my fish is. 40 degrees, which is raw. Fish, you want to take that, ideally for me, 60 and then get it off the heat. In a restaurant, you want to take it to 70, 75 along with, but you don't want dry fish, who does? So 2 more minutes and I'll take it off the heat, introduce the scorch, and then we'll start plating up. But I know I'm going fast, but I'm conscious that I want you all to enjoy yourself and have the rest of the evening to yourself and not have to look at me all night. Let's look at our chips, shall we? Chippy! Everyone happy? Looks lovely. Thanks, Mum. I'll pay you later. Crano, hope you're well, love. Right, step back from the oven. There will be some steam. There we go. Always safe. Oh my days. Close the door, keep the heat in. Get your spatula. Okay, now you can't feel these, but if I knock it, I'll do it in a minute. I could knock on those and you'd hear a nice little, because they've got crispy. Just move them around in the fat, one final flourish, just a couple of minutes. That one's got away from me a little bit, but it'll be nice and brown. The ones in the middle move to the edges, and the ones from the edges move to the middle. These, I'm not joking, crispy. You're all very welcome, I love you lots. Right, last little blast as the fish finishes. I'm going to probe that. I reckon it'll be about ready. And you don't worry, you've got residual heat as well from the pan. Yeah, they're done. I've taken that to 55 degrees and it was rising. So I'm going to put that to one side. Fish is done. Last little touch, we're going to sear these lemons. Check our peas in the microwave. I'll give another minute and go miss. I better get a plate for my wife and child and son and everyone else. 1. 2, 3. How are we all looking, guys? Good, Sharon. That's all I ask for. I love it when people cook along or say they've tried it and they take a photo and tag me on Insta and say thank you or, well, that was shit. Whatever it is, the interaction is lovely. I love the fact that people are trying it. I love the fact that I'm in your lives and lockdown has brought us together. I honestly do. I just want everyone to have fun in their own kitchen. And my tagline for everything is creating kitchen confidence. I want you to be able to walk into your kitchen, have your one signature dish or 2 and go, hello everybody, I'm here, this is my kitchen and I'm going to cook with confidence. Now get out. Okay. Bit theatrical, that, wasn't it? Okay, so let's have a bit of tart sauce. A little bit for Jack. There we go. Fish. Oh, lovely and flaky. I'm going to have skin side up because why not? And cod is a very meaty fish, so you can give it, you can afford it a little bit of resting time. Not like Fukin steak or roast beef resting time, but enough time for it to chill and come back together. Okay, whip off the old, cheers. Whip off the old cling film, take a sieve to your sink, drain it off. Definitely hot enough. And there's your peas, excuse me while, so you get another spoon. Okay. Peas for Jack, if he doesn't eat those, he's in trouble. Extra peas for Jack. Pepper. Meat. Someone asked about mushy peas. Personally, I'd go with puree. Right, lemon. Don't move them. Let them sizzle and cook and char. Okay? We need some fries, don't we? Sorry, I'm just going to move some bits to the side. Turn the oven off. Just let them sit. You can keep them in there for as long as you like. They could do another 5 minutes if I'm completely honest, but I'm conscious of the time. River beef on Sunday, oven or barbecue. I'd seal it first on a very high pan, seal it every angle, and then oven. Put it on the barbecue last minute, or the reverse seal it. No beer? No mate, I'm not having the beer. I had a glass of wine last night, or 8, and I haven't felt great all day, and my brother's coming on Sunday, so I'm saving myself for that. Okay, chippies. Said it again, didn't I? You will have a lot of fat there, so just tilt the pan. Oh my days, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Let's bring them to the camera in a sec. I've done too many. Well, there's no such thing as too many chips, is there? Let's be honest. Can you hear that crispiness? Right, let me bring one to the camera. Look at that. Honestly, I know it's not chip shop chips. I've said before, I'm not trying to be that. Can you hear that? I mean, come on. Come on. Well happy with that. Live TV as well for 8 people or whatever it is. Right, finally, kill that heat. Take your tarty bit of lemon. See, you've got those lovely charred lines that you get in the restaurants. Pop that on the plate. And that, my friends, with a bit of ketchup, salt and vinegar. Oh yeah, a bit of seasoning. Huile de sel. Oui, c'est bon. That, my friends, is a healthier, much healthier version, obviously light mayo if you're going super healthy, of fish and chips on a Friday night takeaway. It's cod, floured, potatoes, floured. We did all this from scratch at 6 o'clock. I know it takes an hour and it takes you 5 minutes to cue in a chippy, but you've got a lovely meal there for yourself. Great way to start, multiple components. Spill a little bit of peas are a little bit wet, look. Let's get that up. And you can take pride in making a proper dinner. I'm not lying, this would go in a restaurant easy. 14, 15 quid. Guys, it's been hot, it's been wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share everything. If you cook it, tag me on Instagram and put a picture up. So that's how it all works apparently. Yeah. Sayonara, have a wonderful bank holiday weekend. Look out for the website, I won't shut up about it. I've got another article to share as well from a friend called Tara. Well done, everyone that cooked along. Thank you ever so much. Have a good weekend. Don't get too boozy. I'm out. See you next week. Take care. Bye bye.